you asked me to be your best man. But before I make my speech, I want to pass the mic over to your oldest friend, Joe.
They threw this on me at the last minute. Do a speech.
Yay, Joe!
Short and sweet. I couldn't ask for a better friend. Thank you so much, Tom. Congratulations to the both of you.
Aww.
Love you guys.
Thank you, Joe. All right, we can next Tom. So, well, I want to thank everybody for showing up. It's so great to see so many friends and family here, and it's just really amazing to see everybody having a great time. I don't know if everybody knows me. You probably don't. My name is Dan. I met Tom about 9.5 years ago out in Colorado. We worked together in guest services department in Beaver Creek. When I first moved out there, I was a New Yorker. I knew absolutely nobody, kind of on an island. And I was at a party one night, and Tom came up and talked to me. I think it was because I was from the East Coast and he was from the East Coast, or I was in front of the beer. So either way, we got to talking, and I realized we had a little bit more in common than being from the East Coast. It was our insane love of snowboarding. So, yeah, dude. So either way, we became friends really, really fast. We rode every day. We had the best time. We lived the dream. Chris, our friend from Colorado, was there as well, and he can attest to Tom's love.
Which one's the best snowboarder?
Me. Tom is actually looter.
I can weigh in on that.
Chris is a skier, by the way, so.
So, yeah, let's get this out of the way. I'm a skier, Tom's a snowboarder. We like to snipe at each other about dragging his knuckles and me about dragging around my poles and things like that. But I've met a lot of you guys, and I want to thank all of you guys for how fantastic you've all been and how cordial, and you've been really wonderful people, and it's been great to meet all of you the time that I've had to meet some of you around here, and that's been fun. And I just got to meet Beth. First time, and I guess Dan gave me the mic because he wanted some corroboration on Tom's Colorado days and that sort of thing, and I probably know Tom better from the Colorado days than even Dan or anyone else, because Tom and I met, Dan said 9.5 years ago. We were more like 10 or 11 years ago, something like that, in Jackson, Wyoming. And we got to know each other a little bit there, and we both moved to Colorado for whatever reasons. I was going to school, Tom was looking for snowboarding and good times. And so I put off going to school for a while because I met Tom. And snowboarding and good times sounds way better than school. I would drive over to Keystone and go skiing with Tom, and he started to teach me about how you didn't actually need ski lifts to ski and that sort of thing. And Tom would come over to visit me because we unarguably had much better snow on my side of the pass. And eventually Tom moved over to where I lived, and we started working together, and we started living together, and Tom and I lived and worked together for 4, 5, 6 years. I'm not sure. It goes fast,
Wow.
And I got to know Tom pretty well. I mean, I was definitely my best friend that I had on the planet, and we would use our summer times to climb mountains and our winter times to go skiing or snowboarding if you choose to fail in your life like that. but what I learned through those days, and what you guys have obviously seen today in the last few days, is that Tom is about the happiest person I've ever met. He has the biggest smile on his face all the time, and that's obviously something that attracted you to him, Beth, because you are the same way, with the same smile on your face all the time, and you guys must be the happiest people that I know. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you seem to be the happiest people I know. So my job here is to attest to the fact that Tom probably loves to snowboard more than he loves anything else in life, or at least in the Tom that I knew before I met Beth. And so this guy, he's not the guy that goes to the bar and drinks all night long and then says, "Oh man, it snowed last night and I didn't make it to the hill. I'm such a dumbass." Now, Tom's the guy who's like, well, I was there, but the lift wasn't open. I don't know what was going on. Finally, they opened the lift, and then I skied all day by myself and skied all day with my friends, and the powder splashed me in the face all day, and life can't get any better. That's the Tom that I know. But Dan's here to tell you about how Tom's life's gotten better.
Thank you, Chris. All right, so those times are great. We had a great time. And since then, well, actually around the end of that time, I decided to come back and be a responsible adult. And a year after, Tom did the same. So you'd think that we'd separate and not keep in touch. We were, such a distance, Philly to New York, and Chris is in Colorado. But that didn't happen. We were really good friends. So, we try to get out to the mountains around here, even though they sucked. And, I'd get out there and ride. But we call each other all the time. And our phone calls were like, hey, Tom, what's up? I love winter. You love winter, too. Let's ride. Okay. But in between those calls, things were happening. Tom went to school. He got a job in the parks department. He loves it. But still, we talked. Hey, Dan, I love snowboarding. You love snowboarding, too. Let's go ride. Snowboarding rules. So then, after that, time went on a little bit further. And Tom's like, I love snowboarding, but I got some info for you. I met this great girl. Obviously, Beth. So I was really happy for him. But he was like, when's the winter coming up? So we were pretty psyched about that because winter was starting to come up nice and slowly. But we started calling each other more and more. Oh, I can't wait, it's snowing. And then Tom called me with something that I thought I'd never heard him say. Hey, Dan, I love snowboarding. You love snowboarding, but I'm not riding this year. And I couldn't believe it. My head spun around, I blacked out. I called my mom, I couldn't believe it. And then I asked him why, and he said, I'm buying a ring. And I was like, oh, man. Okay, cool. And then I realized, it took a second, and then I realized Beth is it. Beth is the one person that Tom loves more than the thing he loves more than anything else in the world. That was a hard one to remember, by the way. So, Beth, I want to thank you for being with Tom and helping him reprioritize his definition of love. So, congratulations. So normally you hand this over to someone else to, hand it over to the band, but we have some more people who want to say some things here, so.
Julie!
There you go.
So I guess you thought you were all done listening to speeches, but I could talk about Beth for at least another half an hour.
Talk about a year.
Okay. So I met Beth. I was a sophomore in high school. I was a junior in high school. She was a freshman. She was in my French class. And I was hippie, and she wore combat boots. But I was attracted to her right away. She was great. She was so cute. And the first thing that really got me to really like her is her random questions to the French teacher during French class, which would be like, how do you say I like this vest at the flea market in French? Right in the middle of the lesson. And the second best thing was when we go out and tape record ourselves, we have to tape record conversations. Beth could not believe that that was her voice on the tape recorder. She'd be like, that is not me. We'd record, we could not get through it because it would crack me up. And then Beth came to me and said, I think you know my brother. His name's Rob. And I was like, I don't know Rob Chaunce. But then I realized it was Bobby Chaunce, the Kissing Bandit.
We all knew about Rob.
She was the Kissing Bandit sister. The time went on, and Beth and I didn't always see eye to eye in high school because we're too much alike. Our dynamic is like, I'm the one in charge. And there was definitely we had issues, the whole kazoo fiasco, where I thought Beth was stealing kazoos and selling them from the senior class. But she wasn't. But over time, Beth and I have gotten closer and closer. And I've realized one day, out of the blue, like, she's my most loyal friend. When anybody has said things about me, when chips have been down for me completely, Beth has been there. She's picked me up so many times. It means so much to me. When I thought about Beth and her needing someone to love, several times Chaunce-Steines came to my mind. I don't know why, I just thought, he's that like forest ranger guy. Bethy likes kayaking. Bethy has her own kayak. Beth also has the best dad in the whole world. Beth's dad and Beth go hiking. He does all kinds of stuff with her. Just really there for her when her cars broke, and I know that a man who she would have to be with would have to live up to that in some respects to be able to be that kind of person. And it always came back to me over and over again, Chaunce-Steines. So, one time Beth actually even asked me about Chaunce-Steines. Does he have a girlfriend? Years ago. So, it came to me that maybe I should, do something about it. So I emailed Wendy, Tom's sister, behind my best friend's back, and was like, hey, is your brother single? I would like him to, him and Beth to get together. And I think that they became Facebook friends because of my suggestion. And then Tom helped Beth put a shelf together. Yeah. And I think that was pretty much the end of it, or the beginning of it. So Tom, today I will share with you. I'm not going to give her to you because I really need her, but I will share with you the best friend I've ever had. Aww. The person who picks me up when I'm down. The person who remembers every story I tell her. The person who questions me when I'm confused and helps me figure out what I'm doing, and just like the best person to ever be friends with. So not only did you get someone to love, but you got the best friend and the most loyal person. And I love you, and I hope you have a great life together. And Tom, just want to remind you, it's the little things that matter. With Beth, it's the little things. Thank you, congratulations.
Rob.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, I'm so happy that you finally found somebody that you really care about, and to know that after all these years it was Tom. I knew, years ago. I guess I haven't known him as long as you guys, but I always liked Tom, and I don't know. I'm not a good giver, but I'm just happy for you guys, and I'm happy to have you as a brother. I'm really happy.
Very nice.
Here we go. First of all, I just want to say I love Westchester! This place is great. All you people are great. Most friendly people, other than the vineyard. Real quick, I just want to say I met Beth. Well, it's been 10 years I think now. I was friends with Rob, and then Beth came along, and she's such a great friend, and like you said, loyal, loving. And I also want to say Joanne and Rich, the Chaunces, are like the greatest people in the world. I love you guys, and I'm so happy. When you get to a certain age, like Beth and I talked about, you're like, God, are we ever going to find anybody? What the heck? There's like nobody out there. And who knew? Tom was like 2 roads over. That's what's great. Westchester, love it. That's what's great. But I just love all you guys, and I love you, Beth. You look so beautiful, and you're a great friend. And I'm so happy for you guys. Go Rams!
Cheers to Brian Green, not the Rams!
Yeah. Yay! Thanks, guys.
I'll be seated for dinner now.